would you buy a wedding dress, Brandon? I never told you we were going to get married. I told you from the beginning that was never going to fucking happen. Why would you buy a wedding dress?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are checking out some scenarios that I saw that I think we need to discuss. So let's check out these videos together and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
I got married 17 days ago and we're already deciding to call it quits. I was out of town working. I told her when I was coming home, and I came home and there was another car in the driveway. I go into the bedroom and my wife is laying in the bed with a couple. Wow. A couple. It was a man and a woman. So I started throwing a fit. They started talking about how she's been their girlfriend for 2 years. So it's like, I've never heard of any of this. And then she decided that she didn't want to be with me anymore. And even though it's only been 14 days, we're looking into getting an annulment, a divorce. I don't even know how it works. We only been married for 2 weeks. But I wanted to actually stick it out. But I just want an apology. You know, I want you to acknowledge that you're wrong. You've been in a relationship with these people for 2 years and I don't even know them. And they're in my house. And I'm away on work. You don't have a job, so you have the time to do these kinds of things. And it's like, for you to have the nerve to say you want to no longer be with me, it just makes no sense, because I'm the one that should be looking to forgive you, but I don't even know how this works, or I don't have anybody to talk to about it. That's the only reason I'm even saying anything on here, because I literally don't even know what to do. But yeah, it looks like after 14 days, our relationship is pretty much over. I married 17 days ago and we're already deciding to call it quits. I was out of town working and I came home and there was another car in the driveway. I go into the bedroom and my wife is laying in the bed with a couple. They started talking about how she's been their girlfriend for 2 years. I don't have anybody to talk to about it. That's the only reason I'm even saying anything on here, because I literally don't even know what to do.
The person who you thought you were in a relationship with doesn't even exist. This woman is a liar and a manipulator. She wasn't telling you the truth about anything. After finding out how wrong you were about this woman, you should question everything she ever told you. For this woman to have a secret relationship for 2 years that you never knew about, what else don't you know about this woman? And then for her not to apologize about bringing randos into your home and into your marital bed, and she's the one who wants to leave you, but you also have to take responsibility and accountability for how you ended up here. Did she lie to you, or did you never ask? One thing you didn't say in your video was how long you guys have known each other before you got married. So if you only knew each other for 4 weeks and you've been married for 2, I can understand why you're blindsided and didn't see this coming. You said she doesn't work and all she does is stay home and you travel a lot. She probably expected to carry on both the relationships without you finding out, at least not for a while. Let your closure be in the fact that she's not sorry for breaking your heart. She can't love you and feel that way. I think a part of her wanted to get caught. She's not sorry she got caught, but she's tired of lying about it.
Why did you buy a wedding dress, Brandon? I never told you we were going to get married. I told you from the beginning that was never going to fucking happen. Why would you buy a wedding dress? What's that got to do with me? You bought a wedding dress?
I've never bought a wedding dress in my life, Jeremy. And I know you said you didn't want to get married. You also said that you were E&M, and then it was only me. And you know what? I thought that someday you would love me.
I tried to tag people, it wasn't working, so I just posted it here. But they've been together for 14 months. He told her day one he did not want to get married. She still bought a wedding dress. I think that's crazy, but now I feel like I'm being gaslit by the internet on her comments and on her videos. And she's like, well, guys, I didn't even buy the wedding dress for him. Okay, but you gotta be able to understand. Somebody said they didn't like the way that he talked to her. Okay, that's valid. Okay, maybe he was a little too mean, maybe to some people. But I would be pissed off too. Am I tripping for real? I feel like I'm going crazy here. Day one, that man told her that he did not want to get married. She went out and bought a wedding dress, and y'all don't think that's crazy? I just thought that you would love me enough to marry me. All in the comments talking about, girl, what time do we need to pull up? Pull up for what? Girl, this is a red flag. Your future husband would never speak to you that way. He don't want to marry her. He don't want to marry. He said that. He said he don't want to get married. Like, am I watching the same video that y'all are watching? Am I hearing the same things that y'all are hearing? I'm not going to speak on her too much because I don't know their whole relationship and what was going on behind closed doors. But it gives the same vibes as people who tell people they don't want to have kids and all of a sudden they partner bring home baby shoes. All of a sudden they bring home onesies. Oh, aren't these so cute? But don't you love me enough to give me kids? Don't you just love me enough to change your mind? A wise woman once told me a lot of women would rather have a piece of a man than peace with a man. Baby, that has stuck with me since. This person doesn't want the same things that I want, but maybe I could just change them into wanting what I want. I don't bring you peace, then why are you doing it? Somebody say they don't want to get married, believe them. They say they don't want kids, believe them.
Why did you buy a wedding dress, Brandy?
I hope you told that man, oh yes, I bought a wedding dress, but it's not for you. I found someone who really wants to be with me.
When your kid's biological father sees her in a store and doesn't recognize her and tries to hit on her, y'all, how the fuck is this our life? When your kid's biological father sees her in a store and doesn't recognize her and tries to hit on her, y'all, how the fuck is this our life?
I don't know. Oh, hell no. And I keep trying to find the words to say. But all that keeps coming to me is,
you're nasty.
That took Deadbeat to a whole nother level. I'm logging off for the day.
Breaking news, here's everything you need to know about the quote, call the police Amy video. The incident that was shared to FB over the weekend took place in Cape Coral, Florida. This showed a man punching through a window of their home on September 11th. During the time he was punching through the window, he severely cut his arm. He could then be heard pleading to his girlfriend at the time to, quote, please call the cops. You could see that the window was cracked and stained with blood. This incident followed a verbal argument that resulted in him fleeing the home with his daughter. This daughter he shares with another woman. However, that verbal argument soon turned physical. They said the argument began because she posted a picture that depicted her as, quote, acting like she's single. From there, her now ex-boyfriend choked and slammed her down to the ground. That was before taking his daughter and walking out of the house. He then tried to get back through the front door, which had an electric key code on it, and because he was in a, quote, fit of rage, he kept putting in the wrong code. Because she was in fear of what might happen next, that is when she started recording. That is when you see him bust his fist through the glass window. Shortly after, authorities arrived on the scene and found him, quote, lying on the ground. He was then taken to a local medical center where he spent 3 days getting blood transfusions. After he was released from the hospital, he was then arrested at his parents' home. Her roommate was able to share with authorities the home video footage showing them what he did during the dispute. He was released on bond the following day. He has since accepted a plea deal and has now served 12 months probation. In addition to that, he also has to join an intervention program. And lastly, he has to go to anger management. She said that his arm is still working, he just has, quote, no feeling in part of it. To stay up to date on this case, make sure you click the playlist below. I'll keep you guys updated. What do you think? Drop in the comments.
The audacity of men will never fail to amaze me. Never. Have you guys seen the video of the guy who turns up to his, must be his ex-girlfriend or his ex-partner's house, whatever. She's recording the whole thing. She's not letting him into the house. So he punches the window, cuts himself, and instantly starts begging her to help him. Call the police, Amy, call the police. I watched in awe because what the actual hell is wrong with you? She was so right to not let you in or not let you anywhere near her given your behavior. And then you're going to punch through the window. So clearly you are not thinking clearly at all. Clearly you are just being led by your abusive behavior. You instantly, like, there's blood everywhere. So he is not in a good way. I shouldn't even laugh, but instant karma for your stupid abusive behavior. And the first thing you think is, the woman that I'm about to abuse, I need her now to help me. Like, I don't know how, but there are new levels of audacity reached every day. I just don't understand it. And then to make matters worse than his abusive behavior, than the fact that he's vandalized this woman's home, the fact that he's attempted to break into her home, I think, by smashing the window, there is then a child behind him. So you've done this all in front of, I don't know who this child was, but you've done this all in front of a child. It stinks. It's disgusting. And the biggest takeaway for me, because I watched it and I was like, this whole situation does not make sense. Domestic abuse never makes sense, obviously. But how can you expect to be helped by the person you are literally abusing? Where does that come from? And you see this all the time. Like, remember there was a video of a guy who got caught cheating and he's like sobbing and crying and he's like, oh, like, help me. Like, I need you to help me. Where did this idea come from that you can hurt somebody and they are supposed to comfort you? Men think that whatever they do to women, you can hurt a woman, you can abuse a woman, you can treat a woman badly, but ultimately the woman has to comfort you in your time of need. No, that's not what happened here. That's not what's happening. And a lot of men are going to have to like learn the hard way. But this is not acceptable behavior, and you will not receive comfort from women. Women will cut you off. It's over. It's over, bro. I need to know. I hope that woman who filmed this guy trying to break into her home, I hope she posts an update, because I want to make sure that she is safe, because I just can't believe what I watched.
So he busts out this lady's window to scare the shit out of her, only to pull his arm back and realize that he's beaten like a stuffed pig. Oh, how karma works fast. And I love it when she does that.
Child. Anyway, so ladies, can we stop being dumb? I just saw a video said that this woman was working 3 jobs, tired as heck, and when her coworker asked her, like, you know, girl, why are you working so hard? Like, whatever it is you're working so hard for, I hope you get it. She goes, my boyfriend's on child support, and she works to pay off his child support bill so that he doesn't go to jail.
What?
Girl, you better start singing this song to him real quick.
They won't let me out. They won't let me out.
Locked up.
They won't let me out.
No, they won't let me out. Girl, let him get a job. It is not your responsibility to raise his child with your money and then raise him too.
I feel like women need to stop using their educational status or their accolades to try to downplay, degrade a man and make a man feel less than. Like the fact that I just had a conversation with somebody and she was like, well, I have a double master's. I have a master's in political science and a master in mathematics. What do you have? No debt. But you work in Chick-fil-A and you owe the government 100 G's. What are you talking about? All this stemmed off of because you asked me for $40. You started telling me about your educational status. Fuck you.
But I'm already thanking God for what he's about to
Wow.
do. I can feel his hands around me, and I can.
Please, I'm gonna say something, and please, dear God, just hear me out. Y'all really need to get over your fear of. You just gotta release the shackles of the fear that you have of holding a semi-automatic weapon. Because when I tell you, I'd have put 6 hollow points in that motherfucker's chest. It wouldn't have been even a hesitation. The first swing of that Louisville slugger hit my car. Oh, he'd have been on the ground. He'd have been kissing asphalt. Just go to the range. It releases all of that rage. It's fun. He took a bat to your car instead of taking that bat to like a rage room or something and get all that anger and aggression out of him. I would have put him in the ground. No need to call the police. Call the fucking coroner.
Now, I want to talk about some of the videos that we just watched. Now, the guy who looked like he was intimidated by the educational achievement of that lady. You're saying, oh, you're working in Chick-fil-A, whatever, and you have debt. So what makes you think that you're better than me, even though you have a double master's? I think she triggered something by saying that she has a double master's and the rest. Yes, she might be in debt, because I still don't understand the educational. I still don't understand the educational system in the US and that level of debt that people have to get just because they want to have an education. It's weird to me when I hear some of the amount that people are talking about how much they owe because they just went to school for 5 years, 6 years, 4 years. Any which way, she has the double masters, and even though she's working at Chick-fil-A, like you said, even though that might be a lie, I don't know. She has potential, and who knows, in a couple of months she could be in a position where she's earning millions of dollars per annum. So I don't know why he's feeling triggered by the fact that some women have educational achievement and they're proud of it. I have my own master's in public health, and even though I don't really talk about my educational achievement, nobody's going to downplay the fact that I got a master's in public health or I have a bachelor's of pharmacy degree. No matter how in debt I might be, I did that, and I would always be grateful and happy that I have that. So if it comes to a point where I need to brag, I will brag with my full chest, and nobody will make me feel different about my educational achievements. So moving on, the lady who is working jobs just to help her boyfriend pay child support so that he doesn't go to jail. How? Why? What did he put inside your drink? Because that has to be love potion kind of thing. Because why? Doing multiple jobs, why I don't know if he's doing the multiple job to pay child support. That is just weird behavior, and it's an example of people who are male-centered, because that is kind of thing that male-centered women would do. Because I don't know why you would put yourself under so much stress to take up the responsibility of a boyfriend, not a husband, a boyfriend. That behavior is just sus behavior in my own opinion. Now, the guy who saw that his wife of less than 2 weeks or less than 20 days had a whole, I don't even understand the relationship with a couple for 2 years, and they were in his house, which was a very risky thing. They were in his bedroom and she was still feeling smug. I don't know, like Shawanda said, you need to ask questions about his relationship with the wife. How long did you date? Because I don't get it. How he didn't really see the red flags, but it's the possibility that she was hiding, and like she said, she's a liar, she's a manipulator, and she's a cheat. So that kind of thing, I think for him, he's probably going to get an annulment, because the whole marriage is deception, and I feel like he might get an annulment, not even a divorce. But really he needs to reflect on the whole relationship and try and understand where he didn't pick up on things, or he let go of some things that he should have noticed was wrong in their relationship. Now, as for the lady who was dating her boyfriend for 14 months that went to go and get a wedding dress and hung it, and the boyfriend was yelling at her and scolding her for getting a wedding dress, and she was like, I thought you would love me enough to marry and everything. I'm like, I agree with the lady that was saying that that's rubbish behavior. That is honestly rubbish behavior, because why would you go and buy a wedding dress when this person told you from the beginning that he doesn't want to marry, he doesn't believe in marriage or whatever, and you think because you've been dating for 14 months he will change his mind? It probably did not show any behavior that he has changed his mind, but you went ahead, you were in your delulu stage, went to go and buy a wedding gown, hung it in the house, and was expecting him to clap for you. How? It doesn't make sense. And then I didn't see the original video, but from what she's saying, that people were kind of like saying he's not good for her, she should leave him. The other lady that replied was saying, I hope you told him that it's for someone else, it's for you to marry someone else. The guy doesn't want to marry her. He obviously doesn't see her as his life partner. So even if she says she's going to go and marry someone else, he's not going to be bothered, because he doesn't want to marry her. It's obvious. And she going to go and do that was just delusional behavior and she should not have done it. Now, he reacted in a way that I can't blame him, because this is someone that has been upfront. He said he doesn't want him to marry her. He said he doesn't want marriage, and then she now went to bring something that to try and force him to marry her, and he reacted that way. Yes, he might have been very rude, but you cannot say that he was not honest in telling her that he doesn't want to get married to her. He reacted that way because he was really angry, and I don't think I can blame him because he was honest. It's a different case if he was not honest from the beginning, but he was honest and she said he was honest. So why is she now thinking she can manipulate him into marriage and be delusional about things? I think women should try and avoid those kind of situations because it just makes you look very funny. It makes you look desperate, in my own opinion. And if he eventually gives you a shot of drink, the relationship, the marriage might not be what you were expecting. Anyway, that is my own thought about this various scenarios. I don't know what you guys think about any of the scenarios, any of the situation that was highlighted in this video. I would love to hear your thoughts about any of the situation that has been featured in this video. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.